Compared to the general population, do you think the LGBT people smoke less, the same, or more?
More.
I'd say more.
More. Probably more. I would say about the same. I don't see any difference.
Same. I think probably more.
Much more.
They smoke more.
More. Definitely more.
Way more!
Well, I happen to know, I don't remember the exact facts, but I know it's disproportionately high smoking rate in the LGBT community. I think a lot of that has to do with factors like increased discrimination, oppression, internalized oppression, and so I think those are all impacting factors that make LGBT people smoke at a higher rate. And also I think socially it's been a pretty acceptable thing in the mainstream culture, but especially in the LGBT community because of the bar scene and because a lot of LGBT people smoke. When you're hanging out with your friends, it's often that kind of way to build community.
Yeah, well, the statistics show that about twice that of the general population, so it's a big deal.
Just going out in the bars, you see a lot of people smoking. I have a lot of friends that smoke, and just knowing kind of what some of the research says, and seeing some of the numbers, I know that is true.
Yeah. I used to think that it was actually less, they smoke less, but actually, come to think about it, I think we LGBT people smoke more. And I just started thinking about pondering reasons why that's perhaps. I was just thinking about maybe it's stress. A lot of time, a lot of LGBT people just common things that we go through that probably drives us to smoke.
They do smoke more. Primarily my line of work is with the Latino populations in Minnesota, and there's some similar factors there where there's a lot of social marketing and really sophisticated things.
Do you think the tobacco industry has been a friend to the LGBT communities?
Friend? Wow.
Friend?
No.
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 No, who's it been a friend to? It's no friend to anyone. In my opinion, I don't think they've really
I don't know if I call it being a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Not that they're reaching out
Friend in
specifically.
death,
You know what I mean?
friend in self.
I think that the tobacco industry absolutely has been a friend to the LGBT communities in the sense that, and again, I'm speaking from my knowledge of Latino communities as well, that they like to sponsor different fairs or different institutes or events going on to get the names of the tobacco industries to have a good ring in the communities and to have a trust that builds up that when Mr. Marbo comes up to an event that he's a welcome presence and that smoking continues to be an acceptable social norm. So absolutely.
Well, not really. In fact, they've targeted the LGBT communities with the SCUM program, the subculture, urban marketing, and other targeted marketing kind of stuff. So.
I think a lot of the advertising and placements of ads have been targeting the community more than really helping. I think sometimes they have made donations, but I think on the whole it's been a negative.
I mean, they found a way to, obviously, the numbers show they smoke more than, percentage-wise, they smoke more than the population does. There's more people within this community that smoke within any other community. So they found a way to, tap in that market.
Do you think the LGBT events should accept the tobacco company sponsorship?
Absolutely not. No.
No.
No, I don't think anyone should accept tobacco.
Say no. I don't think we should promote smoking or tobacco use.
It's unhealthy, it's a filthy practice, it doesn't do anything good for anyone whatsoever.
As a person who's attempted to quit on multiple occasions, obviously unsuccessfully, I really don't think the mass marketing of tobacco to the next generation is something that really should be endorsed.
Definitely not. I think that's a huge issue, and I think it's really important to really follow the money, and I think we need to really be more critical and more engaged with where we receive funding, both for Pride and other events. And I think the tobacco industry has targeted us in a lot of ways, and I think other industries and other corporations also should be looked at in terms of if we really want to get our money from those corporations and industries.
Do you think Pride should be a smoke-free event?
I absolutely think Pride should be a smoke-free event. Many, many events. It's actually becoming more of a trend. It's every year certain things that used to allow smoking in the past are now smoke-free, and for myself, I love it. I don't want to suck down smoke. And it models good behaviors for the kids and all that.
Yes, please. I have asthma.
That'd be nice. Absolutely.
Yes.
No, I think that's carrying it a bit far, being that it's an outside event.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it'd be great if it was.
If there's kids involved, yes, definitely.
It would be great if they were.
If the committee so chooses to, yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
I have asthma, so I'd like it to be a smoke-free event.
I would say everything should be a smoke-free event, yes.
Well, it's outdoors, but why not? Sure.
If it's outdoors, I think that people should be able to smoke.
If it's outdoors, I guess not.
No, not really.
Secondhand smoke is more dangerous than firsthand smoke, like in so many ways. There's like, if you don't smoke, you don't want to be subjected. And there's kids here too. You know, you see walking around with your kids and their animals and stuff. Like, I don't think it's very fair to have to, bring the smoke if you don't want to. You know.
How frequently do you think the LGBT community's focus on tobacco is a health issue?
I don't think there's enough focus on it yet.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not very frequent.
Very rarely.
I've never heard anything on it.
Nor have I.
I don't see that much about it, honestly.
Very infrequent.
Not very often.
I think it's just gradually becoming better recognized as a real health problem, and people are really surprised that the statistics are as high as they are.
Very little. I mean, I feel like this is the first time I've heard anything about it.
Never? Yeah, not nearly as much as they should.
Broader LGBT community organizations don't really focus on it. People don't really seem to think it as an issue. I think sometimes other things get prioritized before health issues.
Yeah.
Our hope is to build some visibility for the cause, so to speak. So to raise the priority level of tobacco as a health issue. I mean, we all know tobacco's bad for us, but I mean, really, how does one address their own tobacco use? How does one address their lover's tobacco use? Why should they be concerned about it and say, oh well, it's not going to, lung cancer takes so long to get, it's not going to happen to me. But realistically, what else is going on? What are the other symptoms? I mean, lung cancer isn't just like the only thing that's going to happen to people that are.
I think I would just also say that in terms of, rainbow health and the opportunities and the challenges of the community, I'm a pediatrician, and I know, having worked in health systems a long time, that there's just a great need for training for doctors and nurses to be more receptive to gay and lesbian people, and to make it possible for people to get the resources they need to do things like stay healthy and stop smoking and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of work to be done.
I think the more people that get on board, the more people that will either deter from smoking or quit smoking. I think that a lot of people start smoking because it's almost like a norm. It's kind of like a thing to conform to, whereas people that are fighting against are kind of a minority in a sense. Like with our youth group, there's so many young kids that come out and help us, but at the same time there's so many other young kids that continue to smoke and start smoking. I think the more people you get involved in an event like this, the easier it'll be for someone else to quit. Like I was a smoker. It took me being in a group like Catalyst to get me to stop smoking, because I was inspired by seeing young adults, young kids, preaching the effects of smoking, and I think the more people on board, the better off for everybody.
So, what exactly can we tell people? So at the end of the day, what we're doing, is we're collecting surveys about people's attitudes, behaviors, and beliefs around tobacco and other healthcare issues. And so we're hoping to develop a report with that information that we gather. The other priority is to raise the visibility of tobacco-free lavender communities and the Rainbow Health Initiative about what we're doing to gain people's interest and to hopefully get some more volunteers or some more collaborators, some more people who want to apply for our funding. It's been kind of an interesting issue to try to give away money to people who want to do tobacco prevention in the LGBT community. We say, oh, we have money. Okay, I want some. Well, it's for tobacco prevention. Maybe not so much. So, we are getting more and more interest. Over the last several months, we've gotten a lot of subcontracts applications. So we're really looking to share with people that we have that funding, and it's not just tied into one particular thing. It's for all different tobacco prevention activities.
I think really, as a community outreach coordinator, I really want to build the base of membership of people who both support our work and want to get more involved in it, and also just can have more information and knowledge to then share with their communities and with their organizations, so that more people are aware of the issues, the health issues that impact our community, smoking being one of them, but also other health issues and disparities in our community.
I think trying to raise awareness and give some options, make people aware of some of the resources that are available to them to help them quit.
Well, the Pride Weekend is just a great celebration for all of us in the community, and lots of opportunities for networking and opportunities about organizations like ours, but mostly social and having a good time.
End is near, and so I face the final curtain. Oh, my friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm